Tenants who live at a South Bakersfield complex are afraid they'll lose their homes or their money because the property is facing a possible foreclosure. Some residents are now refusing to pay rent. 29 Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar is here with more on what's behind this situation. Jose?
Kurt, tenants at Creekside Townhomes called our tip hotline because they're worried they could potentially be out on the street. To make matters more confusing, there is conflicting information as to whether or not they should continue to pay their rent and to whom. Robert Hernandez is the project manager of Creekside Townhomes, 32 units at 500 White Lane. The project gives residents the option to buy their units. Hernandez admits the project, though, is in financial trouble.
As far as the particular details, I'm not at liberty to discuss all the financial wherewithal, but we did issue a letter letting people know that there was, that there was a bit of falling behind because of the idea of running a lease-to-own program.
But we discovered the project was recently served with this notice of default on January 9th on an outstanding loan of $3,118,000. And the second notice was served on December 31st on another loan of $600,000. Residents here also received this notice on December 22nd from the bank financing the project, ordering tenants to pay their rent directly to First Regional Bank instead of to the landlord. Tenant Richard Rios says he had a feeling something was wrong when he got the bank notice.
Well, I obviously knew he was in trouble. I mean, the bank doesn't send that out unless you are in trouble.
Project manager Hernandez says as long as tenants paid the bank, everything is fine.
If they pay the bank, that's totally okay. We haven't stopped them from that.
But that's not what Hernandez told residents in this notice he issued on December 26th. In it, he claims the letter from the bank was issued, quote, prematurely, and he claims it is not applicable. Hernandez tells residents to disregard the bank notice. Now residents are confused whether to pay the bank or the landlord. Rio says because of the imminent foreclosure, he's not going to pay either one.
Right now, it's kind of in limbo, and I'm not going to continue to pay into it with Creekside and just have him waste it.
Other residents who did not want to speak on camera are worried if a foreclosure does happen, will their deposit be refunded? Or what happens to their lease payments? All questions Rio says tenants have to figure out.
Go and find out what your rights are. And I told them all that. I said, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I'm telling you, you should see an attorney.
The project manager says negotiations are currently underway to restructure financing with the lender. But once a notice of default is issued, an owner usually has 90 days in which to rectify the situation. Kurt?
Thanks, Jose. Remember, if you have a story like this one that you want us to investigate, call the Eyewitness News tip hotline. The number is 869-2929.